Hello, and welcome to my third devlog. It's been a while since I've done one of these, mainly just because I've just been busy with uni and whatnot. But basically, what I'm showing you off today is what I've done since the first devlog on the gravity mechanics I was working on before. So, as you can see, it's mainly just been putting in a few test art assets, as well as just making sure everything's very solid. So there's been a lot of little changes just to make sure everything's a lot solid. But the main things that are new are these little fields here. And so what these are, if I press the right bumper, they will invert, and I can control this pretty much at will, kind of like Mighty Switch Force, except you're switching gravity instead of dimensional things. Whee! Another thing you can probably see is the little flying cube that's following me. Basically what that is that's just a little companion creature, and when I press X, he creates a little gravity field for you, and that changes color based on the direction. That's based on the direction you are facing when you activate him, and then you can also invert that, and that's basically what the main gameplay is going to be. So it's mainly just going to be little puzzles based around placing invertible gravity fields, and then using the ones that are already in there. I'm not sure if it's going to be mainly to collect things like Mighty Switch Force, or if it's just going to be to get to the end of the level. But as you can see, I've already got a little collectible system in. That was mainly just for playtesting purposes, so I would go in, playtest this at like uni or something, and then they would actually have something to do. It also serves as a very good tutorial mechanic. You know, collect all the things, and those things will lead you into learning about how the game works. Yeah. Another thing I have worked is a completely new form of gravity. It's the most expensive form of gravity, but it is also probably the coolest, and it's probably the most buggiest as well. So if we have a look at this screen here, this is a single field that basically you can take a polygon collider and you can make any form of gravity out of it, and it will always pull you towards the closest edge or corner, depending on where you're standing, of the field. So basically what this would be used for, things like ellipses and so slightly different shapes. It's not good for like really like jagged movements like these. So you might have like wanting to climb a hill, like in Super Mario 64, how you've got those where you walk up those weird hills. I think it's the first Bowser level that has that in. But anyway, it's similar to that. As you can see, there's a few minor bugs with the player movement. And as you can also see, like if I just run straight off, the character's coming off the ground. That's also an issue for the circle gravity that I had with the planet. So basically there are occasionally a few frames where the character's not on the ground when you're going around the planet, and so you can't actually jump in those frames. So very rarely your jump will be, you'll try to jump and it just won't jump, because the character technically is in the air, but it's just not visual. So I do need to create a mechanic that just sticks the player to the ground. Yeah, and then and then hopefully I can also change it so that the gravity, when you're on the ground, the gravity is always like the normal of the ground, unless you're in the air. So that way you can have like you can actually jump straight up. So like at the moment I'm just jumping off to the left. It'd be cool if I could just jump straight up instead. Well, because like if I set the gravity to just straight down, then the character's angle will always be down instead of on the side. So I also need to fix that. But apart from that, this is actually starting to become something, which is really nice. And so yeah, I guess I'll see you on the next devlog.